Hi everybody, we're going to tell you a little story about our journey to Cleveland. First of all, we came up here at, what time did we leave down there? About 4 o'clock, 3:30? Bless you. And we drove straight through to Cleveland, and we found a parking lot to park in at the corner of where did we park? Third and East Clare? Superior?
Watch. I really almost killed someone a little bit ago. So.
I did not. It wouldn't have hurt too much. Anyway, so we parked in this parking lot, and it was, a parking lot. Then we went to Winking Lizard, and they had 50-cent wings, so that was a nice thing for our meal. And everything was going well until
the waitress liked me.
Yeah, the waitress was flirting with Frankie. Something was fierce.
Touching my shoulder.
Oh yeah, she was touching
She called me
so hard.
pie.
So,
I'm sorry, I have to drink more water. Like, I'm just so...
so we were doing fine, and Frankie's last chicken wing had a hair in it, so that kind of ruined that. And then she comped his chicken because of that, which was nice.
Yeah, very.
And then she comped our drinks because I think she felt bad for us.
We looked poor. I'm not even gonna lie.
When
We looked poor.
When you tell the waitress
That you're living in a van in a parking lot, yeah, you look poor.
But I was the famous author, so Jesus Christ. I gave Frankie a business card of mine. Frankie had it sitting there, and she picked it up and thought,
Oh, thanks.
She thought I was giving it to her. And I had signed the back of it for Frankie, just jokingly, and I had written the name of the book on it and the date it was coming out. But she got all excited, so maybe, who knows, maybe she'll go buy the book. That would be wonderful, but I thought that was funny. So then we left there and walked around Cleveland for a little bit, and Frankie has a new addiction. Cheers, butter, Hullo's popcorn. Yeah. I introduced him to something people. There's the Nautilus, Lizzie. That's where you go for Harmony. Anyway, So anyway, we left there. We walked around Cleveland for a little bit, and that was fine.
Came back. We went to bed. Woke up at 4 in the morning.
We're skipping very important parts.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
We went to bed, and then
we had an interesting. Well,
I was asleep.
let me just say that Cleveland comes alive at night, in more ways than one. And there, first I become on a first name basis with a bunch of midges because they are everywhere. And then there were these little things. I don't know if they were midges too, but they were coming in. The midges were just hanging out on the windows, but they weren't coming in. So I don't know if there are two different kinds of midges. I don't know. It's just creepy. But I know midges don't hurt you, and they're kind of Cleveland's thing.
Turn left on West 25th Street.
Anyway, then we were sitting there, and I knew that Jason was awake, and I heard him say, "What's that guy doing?" And somebody's on the phone.
We're good. How are you?
Came back because we had to answer a phone call. I don't know where we stopped, but the guy was peeing on the building.
Then, as Henry Jason and I lay asleep.
Lizzie was asleep too.
Oh.
And I was awake, and these two girls come up beside the van. We were parallel parked against a railing. And they came up on the other side of the railing. So, and now, mind you, the parking lot was basically kind of empty. I mean, there were cars, maybe a dozen cars in the parking lot. So anyway, oh good. Here comes it. So they came up on the other side of the railing.
Oh my god.
And then one girl jumped the railing and came over, and you know how you're in a car and somebody touches the outside of your car and you can feel it because it kind of moves a little? What? I am recording right now. What guy? Is there a guy on the road?
Look at the guy with the shirt.
Oh, he doesn't know how to wear a shirt.
He's sexy.
He's sexy.
Anyway, go home with this.
Okay, so then, so she jumped the curb, or the railing,
Chew your mouth shut.
and I felt the car move, and Lizzie woke up, and I said, what was that? And Lizzie turned around, looked back at the car, and she couldn't really tell because the wheelchair's back there and everything. Don't turn the fan on, I want to peek. So, I said, what is she doing?
What is she doing?
Anyway, I heard something hit the bumper, and then I heard the other girl say to her,
I can't believe you're peeing.
"Are you really peeing right now? I can't believe you're peeing." Something like that. And I said, "Is she really peeing on the car? Not on the car, but like sitting on the car and peeing on the van." And so then she got up and they went on their merry way, but they never knew we were in here. I contemplated greatly in either honking my horn or opening the trunk just for shits and giggles, but I didn't do that.
Then I woke up 10 minutes later.
So then these two woke up and we said, this girl peed on the car. And then none of them believed us, but I swear to God they did. She did.
I believed you.
So then, by that point, we couldn't sleep anymore. So I moved the van over to a different parking spot. Would you stop that? And this is when good times went from good to bad. Well, actually, it started off good. So about 4 o'clock, we got up, went to the porta potties, and we chose poorly in our decision-making process to sit at the last turn in the route, because we thought that if we sat there, once the parade went by, we could walk straight on over to the mall and watch the rally from there. We had it all planned out. Everything was perfect. There was no reason to doubt our plan. So we went and we sat on, what was the road we sat on? Well, it was turn 6 in the route, but it was the road at turn 6.
It's at George Washington Square.
Right, it's right across from the...
Now, this is at 4 in the morning.
Yeah, this is at 4 in the morning. It was right across from the... what is that building? City Hall. So we're sitting... Huh? 9? Okay. Wait, no, because...
That was 6.
9th was the main one.
That was 6.
It was 6.
Yep.
Yeah. So we sat on the curb. We had front row seats. We were perfectly happy with our seats, and everything was going to be wonderful.
5 hours later, of us sitting on that freaking curb.
So then, little boy back here had to go potty. So I told Frankie to take him potty so we could save our seats. And we sat there, Lizzie and I, and all of a sudden, we kind of, this police car came up and kind of parked at the intersection. And we thought that was odd.
He's gotta go.
Oh God, he's taking off his shoe. And all of a sudden, the people that were sitting further down from us.
Up on the dashboard.
Just so you all know what I'm dealing with here, this is what I'm dealing with. Yes, is that in there? Look at those beautiful bean footage. Okay. So, this car came up, all of a sudden everybody was making a mad dash for the street that crossed 6th Street. And I didn't know what the heck was going on, and so we got up and started going that way, but we couldn't find Frankie, and Jason because they had left to go to the bathroom. And so we stood there and waited and waited and waited. Meanwhile, everybody was making a mad dash for this place. And we stood there and stood there and stood there. And then it all just went downhill from there. And we were in hell. And Cleveland is hell.
I'll never be back.
This place was awful. I don't recommend it ever again to do this again. I mean, I would love to see them get another championship, but
we won't be back.
if they do another one of these, they need to have it better situated because this was so badly put together that I would like.
A half mile. Turn left on Broadview Road.
Okay. Anyway, so we were in this crowd. Crowd is not even a word. I need like a worse word than crowd. Like
It was a
madness horde of stinky, filthy, marijuana smoking, mean, awful human beings. Oh my God. It was godforsaken town. And I can't turn it on because
I know, hurry up a little bit.
So then, this is the second time I made this video because the first time the fan was on and that's all I got recording. So, we were...
I was separated. I just want to add that in.
Yeah, we got separated from Frankie.
I went to find them and I was attacked. I was.
Okay.
I was yelled at. I was tripped by an elderly woman. I then made my way all the way to the back and then started again, and I had to just leave in and out. Every 30 seconds I'd have to say, "Excuse me, sir."
And then, well, that happened later because first we thought that just go. If you'll go, stop, don't make an accident. Go. Okay. So we're waiting there because we're thinking that now the path for this parade has changed. Instead of them turning into the street where we had been sitting, that maybe it was going to keep going. So we now are standing here, and Lizzie couldn't see, but there were a couple people who wanted Lizzie to see, but then there were other people who couldn't give a crap about Lizzie seeing. And then all of a sudden, when you think you've got everything figured out, there's an ambulance who wants to get in to this road that we just got kicked out of, or there's trolleys that have to get through, or the police cars are coming, or the horses are coming, and oh my Lord, I was ready to hurt someone. And then people would like look at Lizzie, and obviously to look at her, she is in a wheelchair and she is low to the ground. Well, not low to the ground, but she's not like an adult height. She's sitting, and you say, Lizzie this girl can't see, help. They will look at her and just turn around and stand and put their butt in her face. Oh my God.
That was so rude.
So that happened so many times. And then there were a couple of people who tried to help, and they were like, okay, well, when this all gets settled down, we'll let you in and you can come up here. But there was never a settled down portion. Once you thought it was settled down, then they'd come along and say, everybody has to move back. And then everybody would move back, and then things changed, and the people that they had moved the route to, all of them had to come back down. So then all those people were coming through.
Jesus.
And what? Me? I'm sorry. They were trying to get through, and some of them were some of them were deciding that they were going to stop here in front of us. But no, there was this lady with one of those horns that they blow at the soccer games. Oh my God, I was ready to hurt her. There were places I wanted to put that damn horn. And then there was some dude with an air horn, and this other dude bought it from him so that he could blow his horn too. And then there was another girl with the horn. So there were two horns and an air horn going off right like in our ears. What? Yeah.
What happened to that lady?
She finally left.
Oh, okay.
And then I could hear her.
I heard she found 2 children.
What?
Yeah, they got lost.
Oh, well.
That's what I heard.
Well, she was trying to get people to keep moving, which I understood what she was trying to do, and I appreciated her effort, but she was blowing that damn horn in everybody's ear, and literally the people that were walking in front of her, she's blowing this horn, and they're like freaking out because all of a sudden they're walking and there's a horn blowing in their ear and they're going crazy.
She almost caused a few fights.
Oh, she got people mad. Oh, she got people mad. And she was mad and they were mad, and it was just going back and forth.
She was mad that he
Oh.
was mad.
So
Ow.
then, after she left, then they decided that the traffic, there were still these rumors that, oh, it's too crowded. If you don't move, they're not going to have the parade, and the parade is canceled, or the parade's going to go a different route because you won't move off the... Well, we couldn't move because there was no room. We think of sardines and then like stick like 20 more sardines in the can, because that's how it was, and it smelled just as bad. And she was in her wheelchair. She couldn't see. Her knee was hurting her, and nobody gave a crap. And then when the parade finally started, people were still trying to move through this crowd of wall of people. And I don't know why they thought that the wheelchair was where to go. They just kept going. It was like a road. There was a road sign that we didn't see that said, if you want to get through this crowd, go by the wheelchair, because that's where you go. And then, oh my God. So then the freaking parade starts. Oh my God. Okay, here's my thing on the parade. It's I know that Cleveland's proud of their teams, and I have nothing against that whatsoever. However, did we need every freaking team in the state there? And I'm not joking. I mean, well, okay, maybe they're not every team, but there was teams I understood the wrestler guy, or boxer guy, whatever he is. That I understood completely. He won his championship. That's fine, perfect. He was the first one. Although there was a lady who said that he was not our first championship winner. There was a robotics championship, and they won the whole world championship, and they never got the recognition that they deserve, which they should have, but they weren't in the parade. Anyway, okay, go. So, anyway, the wrestler boxer guy was there with his belt, which is fine and wonderful. Then the hockey team was there, which is great and fine and wonderful because they deserved it. No problem there. And then the Canton Charge was there, which, okay, I kind of understand the Canton Charge because they are kind of like our feeder team, but we never feed from them, do we? Ever? Do we ever take from them to put in the cabs? Because Dante and what's his name? They didn't come from there. Anyway, that's not my problem. Well, it's part of my problem. And then, what was that rapper guy's name?
Oh.
There was this skinny rapper tattoo man. He was there. And then all the cheerleaders, which I understand. And then the Charge girls were there. Okay. And then there were buses of people, but we don't know who they were. These truckfuls of people, I don't know who they were. And we were just making things up. Oh, there's LeBron James's pool guy. And there's Kyrie's banker. And, who knows who these people are. And then, finally, we start seeing people we knew. I saw Coach Lou, which was nice. He was up on the thingy. And Lizzie did see that. She was able to see through the little gap in the people. There was a crowd. I have video. Wait till I show you that video. That's something else. And then
Noisy.
they started bringing the team through, and we couldn't see shit. And then it was awful, and we couldn't see anything. And then all of a sudden, okay, LeBron, I love you, boy. I love you, baby. I love you so much. But half the crowd was there to see you, and you were in a freaking car, and nobody could see you. All we heard was MVP, MVP. Okay, then I'm assuming that was LeBron.
I didn't hear that. It was too loud to understand what they were saying.
So, I'm assuming LeBron went by when they yelled MVP. And then, I saw the championship trophy, which was nice, but it was very quick up there. And then we saw Kyrie and we saw Shumpy. Well, we saw Shumpy's hair because he was in a car. We couldn't really see him very well. And then I got to see my Kevin, and he shaved. That was nice. And then we left after I saw Kevin because it was just too much. We couldn't breathe. It was awful. Lizzie was miserable. She couldn't see anything. Nobody would let us through.
It was too hot.
And then every time what they did was the street we started on, that's the road where they brought everybody. And once they started figuring out that's where they bring everybody, they let people sit back where we were to begin with. Oh, don't even get me started. So that was our trip. And then there was the chick who got up on the dude in front of us' shoulders. And by this point, I had it up to way beyond here. And I yelled at her. And I said, there is a little girl here who can't see over the crowd as it is. And now you're 2 people high. She really can't see. And her offer was, well, do you want me to record it for you? So, no. Anyway. Oh! Yeah. And then, well, before that, there was the smokers. Don't get me started. Oh my gosh, I'm going to go anyway.
Marijuana.
There were these 2 guys smoking pot.
A little tiny joint.
We don't need a lot. Anyway, it was so strong. It made Lizzie cough, and it was just, we were all like, it was not a good smelling pot. I mean, it was bad. So, finally, I said, people start complaining around him, and I said, there are little kids around here. This is not an appropriate place for that. And the one dude looks at me and goes, well, it's not me, it's him. And then, like, 2 seconds later, I look over, and he's going at it, too. So, he's a liar.
And then 2 seconds later, he started coughing again. Really bad.
So, that was our experience. And so, can you see what's going on beside me?
Is there any owl?
So, my story has put Frankie to sleep. So, I'm assuming if you're watching this, you've probably fallen asleep as well. So, we are heading home now. I have no idea where we are. I told it to tell me to go take me home. I have no clue where we are. I've never seen this part of town. I don't even know if we're in Cleveland anymore. There's a Fish Shack and Grill. Is that in Cleveland? Okay. So here we... No, you're not feeling good. And I have my son. I always get sun poisoning when I get my first sunburn. So we're all sunburned little lobsters. Oh, and Frankie found a nice woman in the parade route. She really made a nice impression on her. When we got separated, she was close to us, and I don't know where he ended up. And she says, Frank is such a nice boy. Is he your cousin? I said, yes, my cousin. And he is just such a nice boy. I can tell that you're a nice, good Christian family. So I'm not sure what connection she had all of us together as, but she knew I was the cousin. And the daughter and the friend. I don't know why. I don't know what Frankie said to make her think we were Christian people.
We're not in Cleveland anymore.
But not that that's anything wrong with that, and not that I'm not, but you know. So I just wondered what he did.
Radical.
But he's asleep. He's like dead to the world. He's like
You got a feather.
See, rock-a-bye Frankie on the treetop.
Gotta go. Bye.
Do you have anything to add, Lizzie?
Oh. Or you go first, Liz.
Never, ever, ever, ever. Don't go
Yeah.
Okay, my turn. They had horses to escort us to say scoot back and all that. They're using them in the wrong way. They almost killed us.
They did not almost kill us.
Well, the people in front, it's true. They got so angry because they almost hit them. put their stuff away. Okay, my story's over. Bye.
Okay. All right.
See ya.
Bye, everybody. If you
Bye.
watched this far, thank you. What, Lizzie? You got something else? What? Yes, the Dodge Grand Hotel is not as cushy as you would think. Yeah. The beds are kind of hard and people pee on your doors and stuff. It's not a... But it was okay for a night. I mean, it was fun and we'll never forget it. So I'm glad I did it. Though I'm not glad that the parade went the way it did. So...
Okay, good night.
Yeah. Oh, I don't understand how there was so few roads open for this parade when we're in a town like Cleveland where there's plenty of roads they could have used and everybody in Cleveland was there. Nothing was open that was... One day isn't going to kill a company to just be closed and enjoy the fact that we had a championship.
There was a few companies though.
I don't know how anybody could have gotten anywhere because the whole city was shut down. You couldn't get into the city. People were parking on the highway. What?
15 miles out.
Yeah, they said 15 miles out you couldn't get in. So both ways. So yeah, that wasn't fun for them. But
And then when we were done,
And someone got hit by a truck.
and people were passing out left and right.
I almost passed out.
So that was our trip. So
Frankie almost passed out too.
yeah, we were all just miserable. So okay, that was all. That was a 22-minute video of our experience in Cleveland.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
I would do that.